Wait, there's something very weak coming through.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Hello, fellow Galactic listeners. I'm Aaron Julian, and this is WSTR Galactic Public Access, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 85. Today, we are going to talk about the Resistance trailer and Todd's trip to the Detroit Institute of Arts. Joining me in the discussion today is Todd Hoffman.
Well, hello there, Mr. Aaron.
Welcome back from the briny deep that is Detroit.
It wasn't that terrible. You got to give Detroit some love. And we're missing Heather. She had the night off. So it's just us two fine
just
gentlemen.
Bros.
Yeah. We're missing our Heather here, but that's okay. We'll carry on and we'll try to be gentlemen and tip the hat to each other a lot.
All right. So with that out of the way, you can check us out on social media at WSTR Media, all one word, all lowercase. Email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com. Leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR. That's 630-557-9787. And hey, if you leave us a voicemail, we just might play it on an upcoming episode.
You never know.
That? You never know.
You never know.
Take a chance. Roll the dice. What can go wrong? You can catch all our back episodes. Let me try that again. You can catch our entire back catalog of episodes at www.wstrmedia.com. And now you can subscribe to our YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss our next live stream. Things are in flux at the moment. We're not having a live stream this week.
We're not streaming.
Yeah, so if you're looking at your subscription box and you're like, something should be in here. Well, you're not wrong. Yeah, I am back at school and need to find a place to stream from. So we're working on it. So I'll just tell Chewie to hand me the hydro spanner. And once we get this baby fixed, we'll be fully operational again. So once we do live stream, you can find us at youtube.com/WSTR Media. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. You can get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/WSTR. Guess what? Good news. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. What? They must be insane. No, they are passing on a good deal to you, the listener. So, for you, the listeners of WSTR Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. And what a service it is. So many free audiobooks at your disposal.
So many.
Well, you can pick one, but such a selection. And hey, if you don't have your pants blown off by the wonderful service that is Audible, hey, Amazon understands. They'll let you out of your trial, no questions asked, and as a token of their goodwill, they will present to you these two droids. No, they will give you the free audiobook that you picked to keep forever.
Forever. I know.
So to download your free,
it's a lot. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So to download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/WSTR. Again, that's audibletrial.com/WSTR for your free audiobook. Todd's using it. Aren't you, Todd?
I am. Yeah. In fact, I finished Thrawn Alliances.
I finished.
I'm going to miss my best friends in the morning. They were Anakin and Thrawn were fantastic. I love the book. I highly recommend it. And that would be a perfect one to start off your free trial.
You're making me look bad.
It's tasty.
Yep. I will catch up soon enough. But yeah, so go on over. Help out your favorite podcast. Get a good book. Everybody wins. And last but not least, we got merch. That's right. Go on over to www.teespring.com/WSTR media-T. That's T as in the T-shirt, not T as in brown leaf water.
right. It's a
teespring.com.
Yeah.
Rhymes with B. So head on over there. We got T-shirts. We got tanks. We got mugs.
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah. Mugs.
So support your favorite podcast. Might be us. Might be Joe Rogan Experience. Who knows? But hey, if it is us, you know where to go.
Please.
All right. That's enough shameless self-aggrandizing.
That's okay. That's okay, Aaron. You did a great job. It's awesome.
Todd, you got something for us?
Yeah, I got some cleanup on aisle 3. So we have we had a couple polls over the last couple weeks, and I want to just kind of recap. So for our Return of the Jedi episode, which was episode 83, you can check that out on the back catalog. We asked, what was your favorite moment in Return of the Jedi? Here are your 4 choices: a Jabba sail barge, speeder bike chase, throne room, Death Star 2 run. Aaron, which one do you think won this poll?
I would say the Death Star 2 run, because everybody loves a big finish.
You are absolutely wrong. It did not win.
Again!
It did not win. It didn't win.
No surprise.
Apparently you don't have your pulse to the Star Wars fans. They said the throne room.
Wow.
Yeah.
You mean it's about character development and drama and not big explosions?
No.
What? Someone should tell Disney that.
Yeah. Just 3 dudes talking it out, trying to save the galaxy. Right.
By the way, I am super ashamed of myself for not bringing up the speeder bike sequence during our Return of the Jedi section.
I
don't know why that just completely slipped my mind, but I went back, rewatched it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Ooh. Fantissimo.
Magnifico. Yeah. It's there's some interesting cuts of both puppet and real life. Again, green screen. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They do a really good job, dude. I mean, Lucas got figured out. He had to figure it out in New Hope. With what's that the section where they're escaping from the Death Star, and there's like that one TIE fighter after them, basically. There's so many cuts. There's like a cut of the display, then that's outside in space, and you see the model, and then you see the actors, and you keep on flip-flopping, and he's got it down.
They had to make all that.
Yeah, had to make all that. It's all fake. So, yeah, no. Yeah, but that is a pretty good sequence. Yeah, it's a pretty good sequence in Return of the Jedi. But the throne room won it out. And then last week poll was, what is your favorite character introduced in the Clone Wars? So we rewatched the Clone Wars movie last week. And so you have 4 choices here, okay? Because Twitter only allows you to do 4 choices. So there you go.
Boo.
Boo. Ahsoka Tano, which is our new Padawan that is introduced in the Clone Wars movie. Later in the series, we get to meet Savage Opress, which is Darth Maul's like bro, kind of created bro, I guess, from the Night Sisters. Cad Bane, which is a amazing bounty hunter, a Duro. He's a Duro with like a Clint Eastwood kind of feel to him. And then Hondo, he is a Weequay that is a pirate, and he's hilarious, and I love him so much. Those were your 4 choices, and Ahsoka won hands down. Not even close. 67%.
Wow.
Yeah. I was surprised.
Presidents don't even get that majority.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, Yeah, there you have it. So that's just a little cleanup for the last couple of weeks. We're gonna try to do some more polls on Twitter. So make sure you check out the Twitter, and we'll try to get some polls out there for each week of the episode, and we'll talk about the results. So there you go. Why don't we move on to news of the week, Aaron?
And now, the Star Wars news of the week.
So, biggest news of the week.
Yeah.
Well, for us, maybe. But
yeah.
I mean, you decide. But
this is not world news. We're talking about Star Wars news. So,
yeah.
It's
itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot trailer dropped, and wow, Star Wars Resistance. It's
1 minute, 1 second. Shall we take a listen, Aaron?
Hit it, Chewie.
Can you imagine what it's like to be an ace pilot? This is your chance to make that true.
I've got a mission for you.
Yes!
Blend in, find out who's loyal to the good guys and who isn't.
What was that?
What was what?
The throwing and the falling. Over there.
Don't think about it. You can work on my team,
Get ready to be impressed.
but when it comes to your mission as a spy, I don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
I just wanted to wish my competition good luck.
This is fine. I'm fine.
Just be careful and don't explode.
I'll do my best.
This should be good.
Here we go.
Star Wars Resistance in all new series premieres Sunday, October 7th at 10 on Disney Channel.
Whoa! Okay, that was amazing. So,
Yeah.
Todd, what did you think about that?
Dude, kind of reminds me of Robotech.
It does, yeah. Wow, that goes way back.
Yeah, I know. I'm going way back because I go way back. But that was that's what it reminds me of. It's got a different style, which I'm liking. Definitely more like animated, but yet still kind of like flashy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the animation style before we get into the details of the trailer?
Yeah, I think everybody saw that original teaser image and they're like, "Oh, we're getting a Star Wars anime." Well, no, we didn't. Would that have been cool? Yeah, but this is Disney we're talking about, so so we get the 3D cel shaded look. There's one other cartoon that came out recently that did this really well. I think it's the Amazing Spider-Man cartoon.
Okay.
That's also cel shaded, but they do some really weird, cool animation techniques as well. Like, for usually, with 3D cartoons and 3D animations, they do something called depth of field, where it's basically like a camera trick that real life cameras do, where certain lenses, some objects will be in focus and then other objects in the background will be like out of focus and blurry. And so 3D animation often simulates that effect. But the way they did it for the Amazing Spider-Man animation is that blur effect, instead of actually blurring things, they do something called chromatic shift, where it's kind of like 3D glasses, where like one side is red and then the other side is blue, like just along the edges. And the more out of focus it is, the more chromatic shift that they apply to it. So
you're blowing my mind.
So there's potential there. Yeah, it's really weird and really cool, but
yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not really seeing that with Star Wars Resistance.
Okay.
That's not to say I'm not. Let me step back here. I'm not saying I'm not a fan of cel shaded animation. I think it could really work,
right,
in the right circumstances. But I'm like, I want to see them bring something really cool to the table, like Amazing Spider-Man. And with a 1 minute and 1 second long trailer, haven't really seen that to that extent, like the animation technique side of things. But, people panned the animation style or the art style of the Clone Wars too. And it turned out to be great because it had story and character development.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
that's number one of my priorities. Give us some cool characters, please, that we can like and identify with. Have them develop into something even cooler or more challenging. Give us a few twists and turns and topsy-turvies, and that'll keep us watching.
That's right.
But
you're absolutely right.
So art style, it's really cool if we can get it. Story and characters, of course, are always more important than that.
Correct.
But, this could be an art style that grows into its own as the series goes on if it's successful. So,
yeah, exactly. And I'm interested to see kind of where this fits in the timeline. I know it's at the beginning of investigating like the First Order and their development, but there's Marvel already has a Poe Dameron comic, so it's kind of going through Poe Dameron's squad, I guess would be the right word, Black Squadron, and so I'm interested to see where he kind of fits into the timeline, or is this, of course he has a crazy Star Wars name, the hero character. It's like Kazuda Zono. You don't know? I don't know, but he's a young pilot for the Resistance, and that's kind of, he's the main character. But we also saw in this trailer that we got a shot of Poe, we got a shot of Phasma. There's already kind of confirmation that Leia Organa is going to make a presence. So, so I'm just kind of interested to see where this kind of fits in the Resistance. Obviously, like you said earlier, Aaron, it's all about character and development, and we can have the flash in the pan, whatever animation stuff you're talking crazy. You're like the professor of animation, so I really appreciate that. So,
well, another cool tidbit.
Yeah.
The guy playing Kazuda is a gentleman by the name of Christopher Sean. He is a Japanese American actor. So
sweet.
I believe this would be the first Asian lead in a Star Wars production.
Oh,
so
wow!
There you go. Well,
there you go, dude.
For whatever that's worth.
Is that a tip of the hat? I don't know.
That's a tip of the hat.
Little tip of the hat. Yeah.
You need a sound effect for that.
We do. So I mean, again, there's a ton of, little images for a minute. But it's still not enough substance to kind of like really dig your teeth into. But I liked what I saw. I thought it was cool.
Well, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Right. It was cool.
Todd, what else is going on in the news?
Okay. Back in June, it was reported that Disney and Lucasfilm had decided to pull out all their planned Star Wars anthology movies and put everything on hold because of that Star Wars movie called Solo: A Star Wars Story. And
probably because the box office returns were so low.
Yeah. Oh, you've been waiting weeks to say that one, my friend. Yep. Insert dad joke number one.
It's been brewing.
It's brewing. It was brewing for a long time, but that's good. That's good. It took you almost 20 minutes, but that's okay. So this kind of came out recently because Neil Lamont, who is the production designer for Lucasfilm, was speaking to Cinema Blend, and that sounds like a good coffee, doesn't it? Like Cinnamon Blend, yeah. But
like tastes faintly of popcorn.
Yeah, right. Not cinnamon blend, but cinema blend. That the one project now that's on the highest was supposed to be the return to a familiar Star Wars location of Tatooine. So this is what Neil Lamont said in the interview. We were just starting to work on another Star Wars spinoff, and we were actually just making our mark on Tatooine, which would have been interesting in some other new galaxies, said Scanlon. So hopefully, if that comes back, we'll get the chance to be able to do that further. So now this throws everybody in the tizzy. At this point, Disney has not gone any further as far as what's going to be on an anthology. And obviously we have two things in the pipeline. We have the Rian Johnson new trilogy and our Game of Thrones directors, our creators, David Benioff and DB Wise. They have been tagged with doing some more movies, but nothing set in the anthology space. So I don't know, obviously there was something going on and everything's kind of put on hold for 9, but I'm not sure. What are your thoughts about this one, Aaron?
Well, I mean, 6 new movies, still quite a lot.
Yes, it is.
So it's not like we're not getting, it's not like they have battened down all the hatches and, we're due for another long winter without any Star Wars movies.
But we are. There's no Star Wars this winter, and I'm very sad.
I know. But you've been spoiled rotten. You've had one Star Wars movie every year for the past 3 years?
Yeah.
4 years?
15, 16, 17.
16 years.
Yeah.
So, mind your P's and Q's, Buster. Anyway.
Right. Anyway.
So, yeah, we're getting more. We got a new TV series coming out. We'll be fine.
Yeah. All right. So we'll figure this out. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's fine here. It'll be all good. We'll figure it out. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully this Tatooine thing might be the Obi-Wan spinoff that we've all been wanting.
As far as I'm concerned, they need to get as far away from that planet as possible. Why does everything happen there? It's in the middle of nowhere.
The Outer Rim is happening, man. I guess. I don't know. If I was the Empire, I would put the biggest outpost in Tatooine. Just like put everything out there, because everything happens.
I don't know. It's like having a film with LA in the title, and then most of it takes place in Nebraska.
Right, exactly. Oh, we're not gonna talk about Coruscant. We are just going to do everything in this backwards planet called Tatooine, and everything happens there.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
All right. What else is going on, Aaron?
Well, speaking of more Star Wars coming down the pipeline, we've got a heaping helping of news about Mr. Jon Favreau's live-action Star Wars TV show. Oh, yeah, remember that? So
I do.
This is from Nerdist.com, who says a new report from a trustworthy source, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, claims that The Mandalorians will be the focus of Favreau's $100 million series for Disney Flix that launches in 2019. So this comes from Jason Ward, who is responsible for making Star Wars, has a great track record for this sort of thing. He keeps his sources close to the chest, but he believes the series will focus on Mandalore after the fall of the Empire in Return of the Jedi. Interesting era to pick.
Yes. I mean, we know Favreau has already came out and said that it's after Return of the Jedi. So we know that. That's fact. The other thing that dropped was the budget, which was $100 million, bro.
That's pretty generous.
So it's 10 episodes. Again, math is not my strong point, but that's 10 mil per episode. And that's kind of right in line with Game of Thrones and like Stranger Things on Netflix. So it's going to be tight.
For sure.
Could do a lot. Yeah, they could do a lot with 10 mil per episode. I hope they could, Yeah,
I'm trying to find the budget for Breaking Bad, but quick Google search is not bringing it up, so we don't got time for that. But $100 million is pretty substantial.
Yeah.
So, but just keep in mind that Jason Ward himself, he says this development is a rumor. It's not confirmed by Lucasfilm. So go on over to Crate and scoop up a big old jug of salt and take that with this rumor.
Yeah. Yeah. Just lick it and it's like, oh, salt.
Yep.
Oh, man. All right. And then finally, okay, this is coming from CNET and Reddit. So one of the articles that was on CNET last week basically said, saw this on Reddit and it tickled his fancy. And the final film should be called Star Wars: A New Order. What do you think of that title, Mr. Aaron? What do you think about that one?
Well, I'm trying to remember what people said it was going to be, because it was The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and there's supposed to be some other 3-word phrase that completes a sentence.
Right.
So that would be neat, kind of corny and on the nose, but
yeah.
If it's a new order, like, it keeps the rhythm of the other titles, so that's fine.
Yeah.
You could do a lot worse.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when they announced Attack of the Clones and they're interviewing Ewan McGregor at some other film thing, and he's like, he paused. He was like, what? Like he couldn't even save it. He couldn't even like sell it. He's like, I don't know about that. So, yeah.
Well, I guess Attack of the Clones, it sounds like a 1950s B movie. Like,
yes,
it came from beneath.
Yes. But that's kind of George's style. And I really like this one. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. A new, you go again. It's so weird saying this is the end of the saga film. So it's like, you got A New Hope, A First Order, Phantom Menace, there's all these kind of cheesy titles in a sense. And, I kind of dig it. It would be cool because it would kind of fit all the fan theories out there that Kylo and, Rey are going to, make Reylo and everything's going to be great. It'll be a new order, So, So there you have it. Of course, we have how many months to do to speculate the title here? A lot, like
18.
Yeah, dude. All I know is that they've been filming this for 20 days. And I can't
keep track. Do you have a calendar on your wall?
Just like, oh, this is another day that they're filming.
They're
Star
on day
Wars.
22.
It's like I can't understand. I can't comprehend. That they're filming new Star Wars right now. They could be. JJ could be having like a porg party right now. Filming some porgs on the. At the Pinewood Studios. You never know. So,
do you think there's a fan there who's just camped out as long as possible and he tries to get in every single day?
Every single day.
I gotta see JJ.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably bought a whole pallet of like binoculars because they keep on taking them away.
Yeah,
and like
he just pulls out a new one.
Pulls out a new one. Like I'll be back tomorrow.
Like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. The Acme box just drops, it's like, yeah.
Yep. Acme binocular box.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, I just can't get over that they're filming new Star Wars right now. I'm like, oh man, but we got to wait quite a while anyways, at a long time.
Yeah. Well,
too long.
You'll be okay.
16 months. I can wait 16 months. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Todd, I think it's time for Cantina Chat.
You are so right. So, Aaron, do you have anything geeky going on in your life? You're back at school, right, bro?
That is correct. So it has been a wild and wacky week of twists and turns and ups and downs and ins and outs and whoa. So, for that reason, I haven't really had much going on. I did rewatch Return of the Jedi on a whim.
Whim?
Yeah. Probably bemoaning myself over having slipped the speeder bike chase, but
you're like, I didn't even talk about this. Why did I not talk about this?
As a movie, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And it consistently ranks pretty low, but it's still a Star Wars movie. And I did see the despecialized edition. So,
excuse me.
Remember that weird music number that they changed in Jabba's palace?
Oh yeah,
into some weird R&B yeah. So that's gone, and it's just some weird space music now. Right. So, but the puppet still sucks, like the weird singing frog lady.
Oh, Snice Noodles.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to make one amazing movie, let alone two, let alone three, let alone whatever number we're on now. So
yeah,
it's just part of the rhythm. You're gonna have some wins, gonna have some losses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you bring up a good point. Like that's one that they didn't totally mess with on the Blu-ray, but that whole singing number is weird. The only thing I like is Boba Fett's like hanging out with the dancers. I thought that was fantastic.
Oh yeah, they added Boba Fett into a couple of different scenes where he wasn't before. Well,
they add Boba Fett into A New Hope, and he literally looks at the camera. It's like, come on, what are we doing?
He's
here,
winking underneath that helmet.
He's some nerd too. It's awesome.
You're not fooling anyone.
You're not fooling anyone.
So
but they add that little part. They add that little part in Jabba, which is nice. But I don't like the dancing number at all. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. Well, something that they did that I didn't notice before. In the special editions, the Blu-ray, whatever, they removed Darth Vader's eyebrows.
What?
Like when Luke is looking at him underneath the helmet? Yeah, they took out his eyebrows, and but in the original, he still had his eyebrows there.
Oh, and they changed his color of the eyes too.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and then they added blinking eyeballs for the Ewoks. Eyelids. Eyelids. Yeah.
Ew. Yucky. Ew.
Yeah.
Take it away.
I know. And they extended the silly no, and when he drops the Emperor down the chute, dude.
Despecialized edition. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
None of this foolishness.
But this is where I was trying. This is where I was going. It's a very long lead in, but
okay.
The ending.
Take me on a journey.
Yeah, I know. The ending of the Blu-ray special or the special edition is cool when they hit the 3 cities. So they go to Tatooine. You see a skyhopper. They're all dancing on the streets. You go to Coruscant. You get a crowd surfing stormtrooper where they're tearing apart, and the Palpatine statue falls, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then they end up on the Ewok, on Endor, and you got a lot more dancing and a different number than our Yub Yub song, which, but I like that part where they kind of hit the 3, like kind of seeing the impact. Oh, they went to Bespin too. They show a little Bespin, so they get the 3 or 4 big cities. You're like, boom, boom, boom.
All right. I'll give you that.
I like that part. Yeah. I do. But now that gets me curious. That gets me so curious about episode 9. How are they going to end it? I just don't know. Are we gonna see like different planet hopping right at the end, or are we gonna see like a whole bunch of Force ghosts? I don't know. These are things that literally keep me up at night. Like, I don't know.
So JJ,
anyways,
I know you're not listening right now, but
yeah, right, because you're filming.
Don't blow
Right, exactly. So you moved in. What else is going on, Aaron? And you watched Return of the Jedi. Anything else going on?
I found out one of my professors is a super Star Wars nerd.
Oh,
so I will be infiltrating his good graces and plugging my podcast. So
yeah.
We'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, we got a super Star Wars podcast for you.
Yep. So Todd, you've been up to something.
I've been up to no good, Aaron.
You want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, so took the family to Detroit Rock City.
What?
Yes. So last week, we went on a little adventure, and I took the fam to Detroit because at the Detroit Institute of Arts, they have a Star Wars exhibit, and it's called Star Wars and the Power of the Costume. And it was a hoot.
I mean, judging on your social media profiles, it was a hoot and a half.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You could even say a hoot and nanny.
You could say those things. I don't know who says those things, but apparently you do. And I'm just gonna tip my hat and say yes. It was
tip of the hat.
It was amazing, man. So yeah. So Detroit is a lovely city. It's not Chicago, though. I'll just tell you that right now. But we had a really good time, and everyone was really nice. And we went there. We left Tuesday, and we went to the museum on Wednesday. And so, yep. So got there last Wednesday. The 15th, I guess. Anyways, got there really early because I could not stand it. I'm like, we have to go right now. And Jen, my wife, was like, dude, it doesn't open till 10. I'm like, we have to be there at 9. I don't care. We got to be there at 9 because that's when the museum opened. And they let us in early. I was like, see, I told you.
Nice.
You know? So, but yeah, I'll just kind of describe it. It is pretty awesome because I've been to one other museum exhibit in 2000, was like the Magic Myth tour, and they had a bunch of models and stuff. And I also, you've been to Disney, right? To Launch Bay, and they have a good mix of like models and paintings and like costumes. But majority of this exhibit is all costumes. That's obviously in the title. It's right there. Like other Star Wars things, it's right there in the title. Attack of the Clones. So. It was really well done. It's done in like they kind of have different sections. So start off, you see Queen Amidala, like when the Invasion of Theed costume. I think that's the one that's plugged in. You know, what I'm talking about?
Big red glowy one.
Yes, yeah. So that's you get greeted by that, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi, A New Hope. Boom, right there. Right when you walk in, you're like,
those are the actual costumes they used?
Yes. Yeah. These are all film used costumes. Okay. And the other thing, they had a little, how would you describe it? Like a little recorder thing where you could punch in a little buttons and you have like a narrator kind of go through the exhibit.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it just happened to be Natalie Portman. No big deal.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Right on.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. So like, you can. There was a kid version, so I had Trent do the kid version, and then there's an adult version. And so each one, you can type in the code, and they'll tell you a little bit about the costumes, stuff like that. So
what are the differences between the adult version and the kid version?
The kid version is more like how to be like a Jedi and choosing light and dark kind of type thing.
Oh.
And yeah, which was cool. But like the adult version was more or less describing the costumes and the process and that kind of thing. So. Honestly, like I couldn't listen to Natalie because I'm just like looking at everything. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm trying to take pictures, look it all in, and chase my kids at the same time. So it was like, it was too much. It was like information overload, So around the corner, and you have Darth Maul in the middle, and then you have like Mace Windu, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. A bunch of different Jedi Qui-Gon Jinn, bunch of different Jedi outfits, like all circle around Darth Vader. And then you can push the button and then the lightsabers lighted up on the models.
What?
And then along the outside of it, they had their actual lightsabers.
Were they like mannequins or just kind of like hanging there?
So everything is mannequin. Like everything's a mannequin in a pose, you know?
An mannequin.
A mannequin in an actual pose with the actual costume on the mannequin from the film.
Gotcha.
And then underneath those, they had like little descriptions and like a cool like little like Polaroid of like either like them like as a film test or like a basically a costume test, you know, like these kind of like poor like camera shots, which were kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you had that in the middle, and then on the left hand side you had Emperor Palpatine from Return of the Jedi in his like electrical like kind of pose, like I'm gonna catch you. Yeah, no, I'm young Jedi, you will young Skywalker, you will die type thing.
Yeah,
and then it was kind of cool. Then the next, right on the backside of where all the Jedi are circled, they had the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker Jabba Palace with the cowl and everything.
Yeah.
And then they had Anakin Skywalker Padawan Phantom Menace.
Huh.
It was cool, dude. It was cool. And then they have like these little, in each little section, they have like these little like flip things, you know, like you flip
like an information card.
Yeah, like kind of like an advent calendar, you know, like where you flip it open.
Yeah.
And you can say like, what did Qui-Gon Jinn use to win the bet against Watto?
Oh, like trivia.
And you slide it open, and they have the actual chance cubes.
Whoa, just in there?
In there. Yeah. I mean, it's like a little,
that's awesome.
like, it's almost like a shadow box. You know what I'm saying? Where they kind of open it up, and then you could see like in there, like, oh, cool. So yeah, like actual props.
Yeah, they have that at like the zoo about different animals, and I think a few exhibits at the Field Museum in Chicago have that too.
Yeah, so it was that was like I would say the kid friendly part, you know, like the other thing that I have to say that was totally different, like at other exhibits, like, you know, like Launch Bay and the one I saw like way back when in 2000, dude, they're right there. Like there's no glass boxes. There's no, it's just
really?
right there. And I'm just like, oh, I want to touch it so bad. But they have like little sensors if you got too close. Cause I did get kind of close with my GoPro. I got kind of close with the GoPro, and they're like beep 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 beep, and the little guy's like, "Hey, you got to step
busted."
Back, you know, so busted. I'm like, sorry. So that's the first, you know, kind of section. Second section, they recreated the LucasArts art department. So you got drafting board, what they're talking about it. There's all these like quotes about what George is saying, what the designer's saying, like Doug Chang from Episode 1 designer, like this is the things that we're trying to do. There's all these cool different designs, that different sketches of like Art Deco stuff from like Phantom Menace and all like costume designers that are costumes from like France that they have like these pictures of, and you're just like and then they have these clocks, like different time zones of the clocks, like London, San Francisco.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like legit recreation of the art department. I'm just like, this is amazing. It's so cool.
So that's interesting. They go from the actual costumes
in this section,
to
it was all
the like concept.
Yes. Like a lot of it's based on like the new stuff in really the kind of prequel era of like how they went back and kind of tried to recreate what the magic of Star Wars was, you know, and just the different design elements that they use to develop the costumes, you know. So in this section, the little shadow box thing is the communicator that Princess Leia uses in A New Hope. It's like this wristband thing that basically looks like a Dick Tracy kind of iPhone thing, which it was awesome. It was cool. It was super cool. I'm like, whoa, never seen that before. That was super amazing. But in this section, it's all girls. It's all like there's a bunch of Padme outfits. You had like in the back section, they had different Padme outfits. You had the Princess Leia A New Hope outfit, which was fantastic. And you also had the Queen. I forget her name. I apologize, but it's the Attack of Clones Queen when they go back to Naboo. It's her outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That Queen and just a bunch of different like Padme outfits, which again, just looking at the detail, it's mind blowing how cool these outfits are. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. So yeah, that's a pretty cool section. And then the next section is the droids. Okay. So you have C-3PO, BB-8, and R2-D2. All right there. They had a cool little section about
waiting for you to kidnap them.
Film used. Just grab the droids. I like when I saw them, I'm like, oh, I'll just steal BB-8 for Heather, that kind of thing. This is cool. Ralph McQuarrie everywhere, dude. Like on the sides of all the production, like him developing the droids.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't even know, there's a sketch of R2 from Ralph McQuarrie back in, this is now probably 75, 76
on
a rollerball. And that's what they used as inspiration. There's a JJ quote, like we went back, saw this, and that's where BB-8 came from. So
it's all Ralph McQuarrie.
It's all Ralph McQuarrie.
He's doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, he's doing all the heavy lifting. And there's this cool little section right by R2, like in this dome thing, of all of his attachments. Like
just like all spread out.
Yeah. It's so cool. And then just like, his data port thing, his little just like all these like little extender arm things he's got all right there. And then they have another dome thing, which is C-3PO laid out, like the actual dude. It's like a black leotard, with like little greebly wires on it for Anthony Daniels. And there's these super fun quotes in this little bubble. It's like, it was horrible. He couldn't walk in it. He said there's like this one cool quote. Like he's like, I even put like I sprayed WD-40 to move the joints because they're getting seized up.
Oh man, can you imagine being in the desert sandstorm in that?
Dude, and he's tiny. Like they have like you can see how they made like the leg has like a little kind of like this little rebar thing in the middle, like a support, and then like the plastic part of the leg is around it. It's almost like a cast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's so tiny, like you don't realize like how small he was to like fit in there. You're like, wow, dude, that does not look cool. But it's literally film used. This is what he got into, and the like even like the his feet are just like slippers. It's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But a lot of cool Ralph McQuarrie, how he developed C-3PO and R2-D2 along the sides, which is fantastic. Next section, you have I think this is where I forget her name. I'm gonna butcher it, but I think it's Trish Bagger or something like that is the main designer for the prequels. And it's really cool. They have like different they basically go back to costumes, like how they designed it, and they had a costume Bible of all the material that each character used.
Yeah.
And so they have like fabric samples, and so they show a fabric sample.
Swatches.
Yeah, like exactly of Anakin Skywalker, like his whole Jedi outfit, like they have all the different fabric was used for that. And then they have this really cool, one of the pieces that Palpatine wears in the prequels. It's this very ornate kind of like shoulder piece. They have that on display. And then right next to it, they have the actual pattern that they use to sew it. And I was like, whoa. It was cool, dude.
Very interesting.
Cool. Super interesting. Next section, they got Tusken Raiders. They got like a female and a male. Got Slave Leia in her bikini. And then right next to it, you have Bosch. Of course. You have Bosch holding the thermal detonator. Super cool, dude. And then on the far wall, they had Finn from The Force Awakens, like in his Poe jacket, his Poe jacket and the pants. And then they have Scavenger Ray, which is so cool looking, like up close, so cool. And then father and son, Jango Fett, Boba Fett, right there. And seeing them side by side. Yeah, I mean, come on. How could you not? This is kind of like the scum and villainy. They had like a little scum and villainy kind of section. But like seeing them next to each other, it's so cool seeing the similarities between the two different armor sets. Even though they're Mandos, there is some customization, but like just seeing it and like, dude, seeing Boba Fett so close, I was like, and
send a shiver down your spine.
Yeah, and then I pointed out the Trent. I'm like, dude, check out the Wookiee braid, and he's got a Wookiee braid, down one of his arms. Like, there's a Wookiee braid. If you didn't know that, there's of all the Wookiees he killed. So it's pretty cool. So there's that section. Dude, then you walk right into there and there's an Ewok, like
just hanging out
in a glass case. Like,
so he gets a glass case.
He gets a glass case. He's banging on the stormtrooper helmets, and he's so tiny. They're like tiny.
Yeah, the glass case isn't to keep you out; it's to keep him in.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, dude, I've been playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2, and they put Ewok Hunt like full blown. Now it's not this like it's a full blown mode, and those Ewoks are nasty critters, man. Savages. Then they have that. They have basically now you're looking at more kind of henchmen from Return of the Jedi, like different designs that they have, like all these sketches, dude, of just different designs, guys that made it, guys that didn't. So you see like Yak Face and 3Es and all these other characters that made it. But then there's this whole section where they're like got these X's over them, like, yeah, we're not going to make this, but all these different cool designs. On the far wall, you have Chewbacca and then our buddy, Solo, Han Solo, however you want to say that, Solo. He's there.
So you can push basically the A team and the B team.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, the reason that they have, and this is, this, but the reason they have the Ewok there is because Ewoks were supposed to be Wookiees and they didn't. They had to miniaturize them. So there's these awesome Ralph McQuarrie sketches of Chewbacca, how they're developed. Kind of goes into they have a cooling suit of what Peter Mayhew wore in The Force Awakens. Super cool kind of little thing.
Yeah.
And then they show like old picture of like him and Stuart Freeborn, who developed Chewbacca Max and Yoda, all that kind of stuff. And then you lead up to, Han Solo and Chewbacca. Push a button, Chewbacca does a couple different growls, super cool.
Nice.
Then they have this whole section, dude, of just attacking, like, again, this is prequel stuff. They have a Coruscant guard. They have C.O. Bilbo, she's the bald chick that sits right next to Palpatine on the little main chair, or in the Senate. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then they have that other guy, forget his name, Mas Amadila or whatever. He's kind of like the blue dude, dude.
His advisor.
His advisor. His outfit is ballin'. Like, I can't believe how good it is. And then his staff, he's got the staff. On the top of the staff is a Sith statue. Never noticed it.
Huh.
right there. It's the same statue that's in like Palpatine's office, and he's got
like
they're
trying to tell you.
Yeah, they're just literally trying to tell you, and you're like, I didn't see it. And they have like Bail Organa. They have Mon Mothma from Revenge of the Sith, which never came to film, but she's the same girl they use for Rogue One. But there's all these cool like little outfits. Then they got a whole Palpatine section, basically Papa P and all his different little outfits, from being senator to where he gets the Emperor. The Emperor robes are they're balling, dude. They're just so good. So good. And then in this section, this was the creepiest part of them. You do the little reveal thing. All of Emperor's nails, like nasty lead press-on nails. Oh, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Grody.
But it's good. It's gross, dude. It's all gross. But yeah, that was kind of a cool little section. This is a section where I just kind of just sat there for a while. Next section was Empire.
Yeah.
So kind of walk in, Darth Vader, boom, right
of course.
there. He's in the pose of choking somebody. So this was a super fun part. As soon as Trent saw that, he just kind of rolled on the ground and pretended he was choked to death, which was fantastic. Not even cued. But there's a whole cool section about Darth Vader, how they came up with it. And, we knew this like, part samurai, part World War II gas masks, kind of all the different things that go into it, all the design. In the militant section, they have a First Order TIE fighter pilot, an officer, a New Hope TIE fighter pilot. They have all the stuff that goes into kind of, like the Nazi part of it, where they kind of go through the history of why this is set up with the stormtroopers and all that, Rebel flight suits. They have resistant flight suit, a New Hope Luke, orange jumpsuit, bunch of the different helmets they used in Return of the Jedi. Like, I want to say he's one of the guys that gets shot, but he has like a bat underneath his like helmet. I think it's an A-wing pilot. Mm-hmm. Just really cool, like different designs of the helmet. And then they have this really cool section where it's like 17 steps. How did they become Darth Vader? Like, how they have all these Polaroids of the different sections of
like fitting the suit onto him.
Yes. Of David Prowse. Cool. They have like David Prowse, like step 1, do the legs. Step 2, like all these different. And it's like 17 steps later, you can become.
You can
Darth
build
Vader,
your own Darth Vader.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool how they kind of brought into it, and then they have the actual mask he wore. It's not as ornate as like when how like in Revenge of the Sith when the mask drops on Anakin. It's not that ornate. Doesn't have all the cool LED, but they show kind of the backside of the helmet, and you can kind of look up and see what it would be like to be Darth Vader, which I thought was kind of a cool little thing. Next section is all Padme again, like just all the different outfits. Like they have, the outfit from Attack of Clones when she's in the arena. They have her when she's landing on the platform in Attack of Clones. They have just all this cool stuff. And then on the other side of the wall is they have Princess Leia buns, like the actual buns.
Nice.
She wore. And this was probably the coolest thing that I didn't even know about. Those buns are based off of Mexican ladies, like Mexican freedom fighters. And they have these 2 old pictures, and both of them have these like ridiculously cool kind of buns on their head.
I need to Google this.
I'm like, dude, this is fantastic. I'll send you a picture. It's fantastic. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this. And then at the end of the Padme thing, they have the wedding scene of her wedding gown and Anakin. And Anakin's Jedi robes are just, they're so cool. There's like so many layers to it. You don't realize like that, they have the tunic and the outside thing and the cape, and you're just like, and they kind of have them in the pose of them being married. I'm just like,
wow,
dude. And then finally, the final part of the little part is you walk through Padme and then all that kind of stuff. And you walk through and it's like Dagobah and it's Yoda.
Fantastic.
Yoda's in the glass case as well as like the Ewok. Like, it's just, dude, that puppet is something magical about that thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so cool. And then they have like the little reveal shadow box thing. They have like his little pouch, like his little saddle pouch on his belt.
Oh,
and, like,
nice.
A little necklace thing that he wore. I'm just like, oh, dude. So yeah, I stared at Yoda. I think he was talking to me in the Force for a little bit. I mean, that's
wonderful.
It's so cool. And then, of course, that ends and says, it ends, and then you turn around the corner. It's merchandising. They have all this merch. They have like a whole merch thing, and of course, I had to get something. So I got a little something for the kids, a little something for the wife.
Mm-hmm.
She got a cool like this Ray purse thing that she got. It was all leather and it's kind of cool, like retro thing. And yeah, I had to get a hat. I got a hat. But these guys, everyone's wearing these t-shirts, like Star Wars Power of the Costume. And it's just for the staff. I'm like, you don't have that t-shirt? So
nice.
It's very sad. I'm very sad about that. But
well, did any of your 501st buddies go?
No, it's just the fam. Just the fam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that would be like being a kid in the candy store for any 501st member. Oh
yeah. It's that was the other cool thing they had in the Empire thing. They had a stormtrooper one. They had a First Order stormtrooper, a regular A New Hope stormtrooper, and a flame trooper from Force Awakens too. Dude, the New Hope stormtrooper is all beat to hell, dude. Like, just like my kit is super shiny. Like that stormtrooper. It's seen some things, man. It was all kind of dirty. I got real close on that. I'm like, oh, so awesome. I have you. But yeah, it was all dinged up, dude. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So that's pretty much the tour in a nutshell. It goes through September. It's in Detroit. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you're a Star Wars fan, you have to get yourself out there and check it out. So
was there anything in there or was there anything that was not in there that you would have liked to see?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like I said, there's a lot of prequel stuff. I wish there was a little bit more old stuff, but at the same time, I know they didn't take care of that as much as they did the prequels. So there is a lot more prequel stuff. I was hoping for a little bit more, and obviously I would have loved to see some Solo stuff or Rogue One stuff. There was none of that in there.
I was going to ask if they had like the Jedha people in there from Rogue One.
Yeah. No Rogue One or Solo love, which I thought was kind of interesting. I thought I wish they would have had some, because again, we know that they're getting so good with the prop making and the other stuff. The only thing I can think of too, especially like even with The Last Jedi, is they're probably using some of the same outfits that they just had for the filming of
maybe
the new one. So,
but I thought it was common practice now for them to make at least 2 of everything.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they made more than one Chewbacca. You know, I would have loved to seen a little bit more Rogue One and Solo stuff. It would have been cool. It was cool. Like, they added a couple of the Force Awakens stuff, but I really wish they did have a lot more of those.
Yeah.
But I get it, the theme too, especially, I mean, I'm telling you, all of Padme outfits and the handmaidens and all that stuff, it is so ornate and there's so many different layers, and the detail on these costumes it's legit. It's like, once you see it like live, it's like so cool. But yeah, I wish there was a little bit more Rogue One and Solo stuff in there. But yeah, it's still an experience. Like we probably spent like 2.5 hours in there, and I could have gone back and redid it again. Like,
oh man,
I'm just gonna circle back again. But yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool. But yeah, that's a great question, because I really felt like there could have been since it's so new, and they would have that stuff in pretty good care, So, yeah. I could go on for
awesome.
hours,
Thanks
but
for,
I'll stop.
Yeah. Well, no, you put a lot of detail into that. So thanks for sharing your experience with us.
Yeah.
And making us all jealous.
All jealous. Yeah, I'll make sure I'll get some stuff on the socials as this episode drops to just kind of tease them, tease everybody. Like, here you go. Yeah, I literally, dude, I probably took too many pictures, like I just like trying to take everything, because it's like, it's one of those things. I think this is with anything, like you want to experience it, but at the same time, I need to document this because I'm never going to see this again, So I'm like, I read everything.
I kept seeing you pop up on Instagram, and I'm like, this guy again.
Yeah, it's just like I just wanted to like document it, but at the same time enjoy it, and that's kind of like it's kind of one of those things. It's I would say it's very similar to when you go see a new movie. When you go see a new Star Wars movie, it's like first one you kind of want to just experience it, and then you come
magic
back
wash over you.
Yeah, I really, that's why I kind of wanted to, I almost want to go through it and like not take any pictures and then go through again and take all the pictures and like spend.
Yeah.
But it kind of had to do it all at once, because I don't think the wife would be like, hey, Jen, I'm just going to go back through it again. Okay.
Yeah. No big deal.
we just spent 2 hours on it. But anyways, yeah, highly recommend it. Go check it out. It's through September, I believe, at Detroit.
Okay. Well, Todd, you want to wrap things up for us here?
Oh, I could do that for sure. Thanks again for listening to another episode of WSTR Galactic Public Access. Once again, you can check us out on the social media at WSTR Media, all one word, all lowercase. We want to hear from you. So comment, tweet, rate us on iTunes, email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com. That's mailbox@wstrmedia.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 630-557 WSTR 630-557-9787. Please leave us a voicemail. If you've been to the Star Wars exhibit, I know it was in Cincinnati, and I know obviously it's in Detroit, but if you've been there, let us know. We want to hear from you what you thought of the cool power of the costumes exhibit was. We can play that on an upcoming episode. You can check all our back catalog of episodes at www.wstrmedia.com. And like Aaron said earlier, we have the merch. So you can check us out at teespring.com/WSTR Media -T, not TEA, but TEE. You find all the cool stuff there. Yeah. So now you know all the ways to get a hold of us. Next week, episode 86, pre-roll inspection. Gotta talk about Boba Fett, man.
Finally.
Gotta do it.
Can't get enough about him.
Nope, you can't. So that's the tease for next week. There's only one other thing to do, Aaron.
Yes. Yeah.
This
is podcasting. Oh, time to update my outfit, because I can't compare to those costumes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Feeling a little sheepish.